Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, good evening and welcome to Film My Run, welcome to Zwift Live. It's the first kind of official version of this that we've done. This is the Film My Run video 5k. We've got 1 minute to go before the start and we've got about 4 or 5 people on video, but we've got about 14 people in the run, so we're going to have to deal with that at some stage because we can't have people in the run who are not on video. The idea of this is that everyone is on video. So, well done to those people who've joined on video, and the rest of you, next time, get yourselves on video. I don't know if Debbie Colville, are you on? Oh, we've got Tim there. There's Tim. Yes, in 20 seconds you're starting. In 20 seconds you start running. And then I'm just going to commentate. So I've got everyone who's on the stream. I can also hear their audio here, but you won't be able to hear their audio on the screen. because it'd make it too confusing for far too many people listening to loads of audio going on. Here we go. Okay, away we go. So we have now got a few people actually. There's Carol. Carol should be starting to run. Away you go, folks. The event has started. So I'll try and call people out as I see them. So Carol's got technical problems. Neil Messenger looks like he's stuck on the start line as well. Tim Ibsen is moving though. So let's go and have a look at Tim. Right, this is Tim. So you've got the main Zwift screen up there in front and centre, and then bottom right there at the moment you have Tim Iveson running on his treadmill in his home, and also Tim Iveson is in white on the screen there. His avatar is dressed in white and he's waving at us now. Hi Tim, with his red bandana, his red sweatband on. Let's move to Ian Cullercott. Hello Ian. I'm just going to try and find Ian on the Zwift screen here. There's Ian, dressed in his purple and blue top. Give him a ride on. We're on the Paris course this evening. It is a race, but it's perfectly okay if you want to just jog it out. But there will be people racing for sure. So this is Ian on Zwift, and Ian in real life there. Bottom right of your screen is the real Ian, just in case you're confused as to which is the real Ian and which is the avatar Ian. There he is. And Paul Deering is just ahead of him. Now, I don't know if Paul's on. Is Paul on? There we are. Right. Paul and Debbie they've got their camera in between the two of them, so we actually can't see either of them, you numpties. They're waving. There they are. There. So that's Paul Deering waving his arms there. And Debbie Colville as well on the other treadmill. They've got two treadmills side by side. And for the life of me, yeah, there they go. Hello, you two. So they're waving their arms. So that's Paul Deering in the yellow there. We'll give Paul a ride on. And then Debbie is just a bit behind. There's Debbie there. We'll give her a ride on. Well done to her. And has Carol Rushworth managed to get going? She has. Carol. There's Carol. Give us a wave, Carol. I hope she's listening. Nice treadmill, Carol. There she is. That's Carol for you. And Carol's also on the Zwift screen as well, dressed in yellow. Heart rate of 141 at the moment. Now we're supposed to have placings in this. I can't see any placings, so I'm going to have to go back to Zwift HQ and ask them to put it as a race, so we get first, second, and third positions next time. Right, Paul's jumped off the treadmill to reorganise. I see you pointing it at you, not Debbie. Right, there's Clive Finnemore. Let's go and find Clive. Give him a ride on. Just rounding the Place de la Concorde and onto the River Seine. River Seine will be on his right-hand side. And he's wearing blue and orange in Zwift and black and orange in real life. And he's got a nice view of himself there, well lit. Hi, Clive. Good job, buddy. Now, I don't know who that is. Somebody with a Hisense screen, but not pointed at them. So I don't know who that is. Here's Grace. Hello, Grace. So this is Grace Shin. Let's try and find Grace on Zwift. There she is. We'll give her a ride on. And Grace is running down the Champs-Élysées. She's wearing black and red shorts or pink shorts in real life, and she's wearing yellow top and blue shorts on Zwift there. Philip Trigg, hello Philip. Let's try and find Philip. Grace says pace is all over the place. There's Philip. Right. Give Philip a ride on. So Phil is called Try Phil, and on Zwift he is dressed in green, and in real life he's got a team WAS. I can't quite see it. Anyway, he's got his thumbs up. There he is. Oh, he's now in right front and centre on the screen there with his drink. What drink have you got, Phil? Lucas 8 Sport, thank you. Heart rate of 149, so cruising the first kilometre. My daughter's just come in to remind me that I'm not actually checking out chat. So let me put the chat on screen. Thank you for reminding me, my daughter. So bear with me while I just put chat on the screen and go to Melanie Mitchell. Hi Melanie. So Melanie's front and centre, and she's running well. She's just ahead of Carol Rushworth, and she's done 1 kilometre, so 4 kilometres to go, and she's running along the River Seine. I tell you what, I would rather be where they are in the virtual world right now, right by the River Seine with the lovely sunshine, instead of here on the south coast of England in the freezing cold. I've got my coat on in the shit. I was going to put a Zwift branded t-shirt on, but I'm so cold I decided to keep my jumper on instead. I've got a jumper and a coat on. Right, let me just get chat sorted out, because apparently there's lots of messages and I'm not paying attention to chat. I do apologise if you're chatting and I'm not watching and paying attention. Bear with me, let me just get that up on screen. There we go. Right, Darren Van Dit, hello to you, buddy. Z Squad, Zanden Deiter, hello. Monica Bernhofer, hello. Paul is real, she says. Tina Beard likes Paul and Debbie running together on side-by-side treadmills. Yeah. Monica says happy Friday. And Nick Doubleton says good evening. And my wife says good evening as well. Hello Z Squad on YouTube, and Xander Deiter on YouTube as well. Thanks for your comments. Keep them coming. I am now watching chat as well. It's a lot to keep hold of, you know, all this. Changing video screens, keeping the chat going. Man of many talents, you know, that's what I am. Right, Grace is having problems. What's the problem, Grace? Cadence. It's not going, not working. So, right, so Grace is having... This is the thing about running on Zwift. It's wonderful when it works, and 90% of the time it does work, but occasionally it's very frustrating and you have technical issues, which is what Grace has got today. No worries, Grace, don't worry about it. There's Ian. Ian's got no technical issues. Ian is going well. He's just ahead of Michelle Mitchell. I've got to use 2 keyboards as well, one for Zwift and one for the stream. So there's Ian just going under the underpass now. Tina Beard says, I missed a great Friday fartlek. Well, blame my wife Victoria for that, because she told me not to run because I need to rest up for my marathon. Xander Deiter says I need a co-host. Yeah. Carol Rushworth is going to wait for Debbie to catch up. Is that Melanie saying something? Did you say Melanie? Oh, the leader. Let me go. Right, it's probably Tim Iveson. Tim Iveson is running at 3 minutes 51 per kilometre at the moment. Difficult difficult to have two conversations at once. Right, so let's just have a look at Tim, because Tim is technically in the lead. Oh, right, that screen that we can't see who it is Letitia somebody, but we can't see her face. Right, this is Tim. You can see how fast his legs are moving. He is going for it. He's got all his race numbers there up on a board, and he's got his TV screen in front of him. That's the way to do it. And he's got a lovely big solid treadmill there. And he's got his thumbs up, and he is in the lead. Right, that's Carol. Carol is walking. I think she's waiting for Debbie to catch up. Carol's got a nice treadmill as well. What are we zooming in on there? Oh, she's watching Tim. It's funny, I can see that the stream is about 30 seconds behind. Hello, Carol. Let's go back to Debbie. So Debbie's just about caught up then, I think. Right, so Debbie is on the left there, and Paul Deering is on the right. And their treadmills are just slightly too far apart for them to hold hands, which is a real shame, because that's what we imagine them doing, holding hands whilst running on their romantic joint treadmills. Oh, look, they've done it for us. Isn't that sweet? Thanks, guys. I should make that big. Oh, no, I can't do it. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can. Can't find the right screen. There it is. There's the right screen. There they are. There we are. Look, holding hands, live on Zwift, live on Film My Run, across the divide of the two treadmills. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Debbie. Who haven't we seen for a while? There's Clive Finnemore. He's looking cool, looking relaxed. Nice breathing technique. Back to Philip. Philip looking strong. Heart rate of... Oh, hang on a minute. That's Debbie Colville's heart rate, 176. You're working hard, Debbie. Let's find Philip. There's Philip. So Philip in the green on Zwift. Team WAS. WASS. On his t-shirt. Tina Beard loves Paul and Debbie holding hands. Darren Van Dit says, how sweet. Darren says, it's a safety measure for us streamers to have a 30-second delay. Yes, quite right, actually. Tyler Stanger says, Z Squad says, life goals, having two treadmills. So this is Letitia. Letitia, if you're listening to us, we can't actually see your face. We can only see the screen that you're looking at. I don't know if you can turn your camera around. There's Michelle. Victoria says, did Debbie's heart rate go up when she held Paul's hand? I think it probably did. And who's halfway? Right, so Michelle's halfway. Okay, nice one. There's Michelle. She's running up the Rue de Rivoli at the moment. And she has 2.5 kilometres left to run. to Tim in the lead. So Tim is at 3.6 kilometres now. Just under 1.5 to go. With his lovely yellow. What am I talking about? Purple socks. So he needs to have purple socks in real life next time. Whatever you do, Tim, don't wave at us. Just you'll fall off the treadmill. Look how speedy he's going. He's running at 3 minutes 30 per kilometre now. So that's something like, what is that? 17 kilometres per hour, 17.5 kilometres per hour, something like that. Oh yeah, it is up there, 17.5 kilometres per hour. So he's got about 4 minutes left to run. Clive Finnemore in second place. Clive Finnemore, second place, 3.4 kilometres done, a mile to go for Clive. Heart rate of 165 BPM, and he is 1.5 kilometres left to do. 13.8 kilometres per hour he's going, or 4 minutes 18 per kilometre. Steps of 179, so almost, if you believe that 180 is the perfect steps per minute, then he's not far off that. In third place, Ian Collicott. There's Ian. Ian is running at 15.4 kilometres per hour. So he is running at 3:54 per kilometre. He is catching Clive Finnemore, although he's a minute and 10 seconds behind, so he's going to have to do a lot of work to catch up before the end. Heart rate of 148 BPM. Z Squad says nice pace. Darren Bandit, this is Paris. It's the Paris route. Neil Messenger, hi buddy. I don't know if Neil got started. Neil was certainly on the start list for the run. So in fourth place, Paul Deering. Well done, Paul. He's pushing it at 4:26 per kilometre. 13.5 kilometres per hour. Running back up the Champs-Élysées towards the Arc de Triomphe. Heart rate of 144 now for Paul. He's in fourth place, and in fifth place, Michelle Mitchell. 3 kilometres done. There's Michelle. 3 kilometres done, 2 to go. Carol and Debbie running together. So Carol and Debbie there running up the Rue de Rivoli together. They've done almost 2.5, coming up to halfway for those two. And how's Grace doing? Has she sorted out her problems? Can't see Grace. Maybe Grace has ducked out because she's had technical issues. Michelle's got 1 mile to go, she says. So if you're wondering what's happening as you're listening or watching the stream, I can hear the people who are on the call, on the video call. I can just about hear them if they talk to me, unless I'm talking at the same time, which is probably most of the time, to be fair. But you won't be able to hear them. I thought that it probably wouldn't be a good idea to have lots of people talking at the same time on the live stream. So I can hear them, but you guys at home can't. Daniel says, how do we join next time? Very simple. Every Friday, it'll be the same time every Friday. All you do is you go to the Zwift Companion app, you find the run, it's called the Film My Run Video 5K, and you sign up, and then you note down the address of the Zoom meeting. So you get your phone or your iPad or your laptop, you place it in front of you when you run, and you log into the Zoom call. Many of you during lockdown will have had a Zoom call with your friends or family. So just the same thing, just log into the Zoom call. The address is tiny.cc/FMR. Film My Run, FMR, in capital letters. So tiny.cc/FMR. It's the same every week. Just log into that and you will be live, and I will show your video on the screen. Right, has Tim crossed the line? Tim's finished, hasn't he? Yeah, so Tim's finished. So Clive Finnemore is just coming into the finish now. Well done, Tim. Tim's just having a jog out now, just recovering. And Clive is coming up. He has got half a kilometre left to go. 500 metres left for Clive. Let's go back to Tim. Tim, give us a wave, buddy. Well done. So that's Tim Iveson, whose children also watch the stream on a regular basis and will be very proud of their dad winning the race today and being live on the Film My Run channel, live on Zwift on a Friday night here in the UK. Hello and good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are across the world. Thanks for tuning in and watching. So that's Tim. Tim's done. Thanks, Tim. And over to Clive. Clive in second place, 165 beats per minute. He's coming into the finish in second place, 300 metres to go, climbing up to the Arc de Triomphe. Grace, so Grace says, even if I sorted out my issues, I would have been last and you guys would have to wait for me. No, listen, Grace, don't worry about us. We will wait for you. We will wait until the last person has crossed the line. Don't worry about that. We all have technical problems. We all have issues sometimes. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. And next time we get back on and we do well again and things don't go wrong. And you know, 90% of the time, everything goes perfectly okay. But it's just occasionally we have these technical issues. Right, so Clive is now 100 metres from the finish. Here he comes. We'll see him into the finish, then we'll jump back to Ian Collicott. So Clive's going to finish in a time of 21:50, about 22 minutes he's going to finish in. Something like that. And there he goes. We can't see his finish line. Only Clive can see his own finish line. Well done, Clive. So Clive's finished. And over to Ian. So Ian Collicott. Here's Ian. Grace likes Clive's avatar. It says it's mirrored very well. So Ian's just coming in to finish now. He's got 200 metres left to run. And here he comes. So everyone finishes on the road round the Arc de Triomphe here. And he must be crossing the finish line any second now. Give us a wave when you've finished, Ian. And there he is. He's over the line. I can tell when we cross the line, actually, because we jump back to all the cyclists as well, don't we? Right, Paul Deering. Well done, Ian. Good job, buddy. Right, we need to find Paul Deering again. Oh, now they've got two streams going on. Have you? So Paul's got one camera on him. Has Debbie got her camera on herself then? I saw two streams then. Oh, maybe not. Right, there's Paul. Paul's finished. I've just missed him finish. Anyway, there's Paul, just finished. Well done, Paul. So it'll be Michelle Mitchell next. Coming into the finish. Well done, Paul, good job. And now he's going to point the camera at Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Hang on, let me make you big in the screen. Hold on, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. There they are. He's trying to back. Look at him with his tongue out. There they are. Hi, guys. Right, let's find Michelle. Well done, see you later, guys. So Paul and Debbie are done. Paul's done, rather. We've still got to see Debbie in a minute. There's Michelle. Right, Michelle is 500 metres away from the finish line. Where's Philip? Oh, I see Philip, yeah. Let's just go and have a look at Philip a second. So Philip's already also coming up to about 4.5 kilometres, 500 metres to go. And then we've got Carol and we've got Debbie, who are jogging along. 3.3 kilometres done for them so far. Right, there's Michelle. Xander says, in the future, will you be doing this race rather than the Spanish 5K? No. My intention is that, because I've got far too much to do in this race, so I can't run it. So this is my kind of invitation race that I kind of invite people to come and run, but I don't actually take part myself because... right, if I'm honest with you, I am going to try very hard to start offering prizes for the winners, real life prizes. But I'm just saying that now with no actual promises that it's going to happen. But the plan is that we run this race becomes a race where the winner gets a prize every week. It'll just be something small. And so I can't take part, even if I wanted to take part. I simply haven't got the hands to do it because I've got so many other things to do. Michelle, I keep calling you Michelle. It's Mitchell. Is it Michelle Mitchell? It is Melanie Mitchell. Melanie. Sorry, Melanie. I'm looking at Mitchell and thinking Michelle. That's what I'm doing. It's Melanie Mitchell. And she is coming up to the finish now. The Stephen Cousins Cup. I don't know about that. Right. Melanie has just about crossed the line. Any second now. Here she comes. Round the Arc de Triomphe. Well done, Melanie. And she is over the line. Good job. Right, Debbie Colville. Heart rate of 179. Right, so there's Debbie. And she's running with Carol. Here's Carol. They're both on the screen together, both running side by side. So Debbie was running side by side with Paul in real life, but side by side with Carol in the virtual world. They are at 3.8 kilometres. So we have 1.2 kilometres of Debbie and Carol live on the Film My Run channel, live on Zwift, on the Film My Run Video 5K. Clive Finnimore says, nice one. Well done, everybody. Sally Henry. Hello, Sally. Just apologise to Melanie again for getting her name wrong for the entire run. Just because I was looking at her surname, which is Mitchell. In my head, it was Michelle. It's Melanie. Right, so Melanie's saying we'd be surprised how often she actually does get called Michelle. Mo? Oh, yes. Well, right, okay, so from now on, Melanie is going to be known as Mo. You'll have noticed that Mo Farah hasn't been running on Zwift recently. That's because he's been in, well, not in the jungle, he's been in the castle in Wales as part of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, final of which is tonight. But yeah, from now on we will call Melanie Mo. So we've got Carol Rushworth on screen at the moment. She seems to be holding her iPad or keyboard or something at the same time as running, which is what I do a lot of the time. Paul is now playing with the camera and taking it around for us, showing us. Oh, do you sometimes put Zwift on that big screen there that you've got? Oh, hang on a minute, we seem to have lost something here. Hold on. Right, see there, Paul and Debbie have a big projector screen. I wonder if they could put Zwift on that. Heart rate of 178 for Debbie. Well done, Melanie. Go for it. Oh no, what have I done? We've got a problem. The meeting has ended. That's annoying. Because I'm on a free version of Zoom, of course, the meeting is timed out. Absolutely typical. Let me see if I can get back in it. Yeah, but there's only me in it. There's only me in the meeting. Okay, so apologies to everyone. The meeting is timed out. But there we are. That's it. Never mind. What we'll do is we'll just carry on watching Debbie and Carol as they run into the finish. Let's look at some stats. Carol says that's funny. Yeah, you only get 13 minutes. Oh well, never mind. Maybe I'll have to pay for Zoom. All right, Paul's back on. Paul's connected again. Yeah, so if you do get disconnected, you can just reconnect to the same meeting because it's like a continually happening meeting. So you just reconnect. So we've got Debbie back now. Thanks, Paul. So yeah, girl power. Tina Beard says girl power. It's a pity they can't hold hands in the virtual world. Yeah, I'm just going to try and look up some stats on the ladies. No worries, Leo. So Leo was going to join us, and that would have been quite a good fight between Leo and Tim Iveson. But Leo had 10 miles and an extra 3 miles to do, and then he was going to come and join us, but I think that's wiped you out, mate, hasn't it? Right, so Debbie Colville is a level 11 runner on Zwift. She's run 263, although it'll be 268 after this, kilometres on Zwift, burning 67 slices of pizza, and putting it all back on again when she has a bath and drinks 5 glasses of wine. But we won't talk about that. She's a level 2 cyclist as well, has done some cycling on Zwift. And it's a shame we can't go to Carol, but let's just have a look at Carol's stats. They're nearly done, actually. They've got 300 metres left to run. So well done to Tim, well done to Clive, well done to Phil, well done to Grace, well done to everybody who took part in the run today. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll do it all again next week. And as the weeks go on, those of you who do it regularly will get used to where to put your cameras to get the best angle and the best lighting. So that's something you'll learn from, and hopefully we'll have lots of new people joining regularly as well. Carol's back on as well. There's Carol. Right, Carol is a level 21 runner, so she is top level runner. She has been running on Zwift for a while now, and she's logged 3,314 kilometres on Zwift. That is loads, Carol. Well done. Brilliant work. And she's also a level 11 cyclist on Zwift. 823 kilometres cycled on Zwift. You know you're a runner, though, when you've run more miles than you've cycled. Here they are, coming into the finish. 4.9 kilometres done. Finishing together. Well done, Carol. And well done, Debbie, as well. Here she comes. And she's finished. Well done. And Carol's finished as well. Good job, guys. Right, that is it. Well run, everybody. Thank you so much for everyone joining, and we will see you again for another Film My Run Video 5K next week. Remember, now everyone who joined the run but didn't have their video on, slap on the wrist. This is supposed to be a Video 5K, so everybody who takes part, I can't force you, but everybody who takes part should have their video on, because that's the point of this event. If it was no video, it'd be just like every other event if there was no video. So this is a once a week unique opportunity to stick your camera on, show us your run cave, and show us what you look like in real life, and make the community feel a bit more together. Even though we're a strong knit community anyway here on Zwift, knowing what people look like and what they wear when they're running, and what kind of treadmill they've got, it all makes it interesting, and it all makes us feel like we know each other that little bit better. So next week, come and join us for the Video 5K, and we'll all have our video on and have a good time again. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Victoria is going to run tomorrow. She's going to do workout number 8, the Zwift Academy workout number 8, so that's tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow. I am resting, and I've got a marathon on Sunday morning. So that's it. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow for the Zwift Academy workout number 8 that Victoria is going to do. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Carol.